YouTubes, how's it going? We're back right now in part 3 of the Barbarian Betrothal redo. Taking on these paladins, get rid of these trebuchets. I gotta get my hussars out of here. So bear with me right now if my commentary is a little crazy. I'm just trying to deal with some crap called a storming angry Orleans. So I'm gonna stop getting gold right now, and instead I'm gonna rush over to my castles and battering rams. What are you doing in there? I don't think you know where your place is in this world. It's not in a group of paladins. So we're gonna send our villagers over here to repair this castle. Alright, so these hussars are down. They're down for the count. I'm just gonna have to deal with that for right now. I need to find that monk. Freaking monk converted one of my villagers who had gold in his hands. How sneaky of them. So thankfully I was able to take out most of their units right there. Got rid of the most important ones, that is. And right now, the reason I'm with you right now is because I wanted to show you what an Orleans assault is like. You want to take down these scorpions first, obviously, as you can tell. We're going to have to bait those guys in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start building that hussar gang up again. And then you can keep pumping out these skirmishers. You don't need to upgrade them to elite skirmisher because they're going to have the same effect for you. They're going to increase the attack power of your castle. So I'm going to build another villager to help me build and just to potentially replace that one gold miner that I lost. So it looks like I'm going to need to queue up some more farms, losing some more farm action, and that's the last thing I need to be distracted right now. I built another lumber camp, but other than that, didn't really do anything off screen. So right now, I'm going to send 2 of my guys out here, try to bait these scorpions in. Then I'm going to get this idle villager, and we're going to continue on building these double walls that I need to beef up a little bit more. It's going to be kind of hard to tell where my double walls end, where the gates are, just with this castle, but we can do our best and make it as least jagged as possible. Okay, so looks like these villagers are attracting the scorpions enough. Tasty scorpions. You know how you eat a scorpion? You don't eat its tail, that's for sure. And we're not doing that right now. We're just firing away. And I'm going to draw this final scorpion in. And I know in the last part I said... Alright, so he's going to get sucked into my vortex of just death over here. So I need to replace the gate first. That's the first priority that you should have. And I believe that's in the vicinity of my other gate. You can look at Metz. And obviously Burgundy did a lot of scouting for me. Thank you, people eaters that usually don't help. And you can see right here that Metz isn't that overwhelming. It's a pretty lowly city. And now that we're done with this gold pile, just a little diversion here. You want to send them over into Burgundy's base where they have their own gold pile. And I don't really know. Things are a little... Come on. You already stole that gold pile from me? Well, I'm going to go over here and take some of it from you. So this is going to be a little bit slow. That'll probably be their secondary gold pile, and we want to take advantage of that first opportunity. So he's done. Continue building double walls. You can add walls accordingly over here. It's important to have a castle. That's just kind of a meeting point. But don't go crazy. You're going to have these hussars out, and I know in the last part I said I was going to do some attacking on Metz, hopefully in part 3, and I might be doing some. We'll see how far I'll come. What I want to do is I want to build trebuchets, obviously, and I'd like to get spies at some point. So I'm going to start by building 4 trebuchets will be good, and I'm going to need them later on, so I might as well take care of that now. And just to make it simple and make it easy on myself, I'm going to stick with the cheap is crap heavy cavalry archers that I get. Obviously, you get the 15 or the what is it total up to? 30% cheaper in the Imperials. You have to take advantage of that discount for yourself when you're playing as the Hun. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep it simple for myself, and I'm just going to mass produce out the heavy cavalry archers. I'm going to use those guys solely to take down Metz. The reason being, there's no need to have Tarkins when you have the trebuchets. And these trebuchets are 30% more accurate, so you don't need to have the Tarkins with you against Metz. I know I mentioned something about it. You don't need it. They have a couple knights and some throwing axemen, but you can easily take care of them. Kind of the Mangadaya raid, or the heavy cavalry archer raid that I pulled out in Manzikert, if you guys are familiar with that scenario that I played through a little bit ago. So it's going to be a little bit choppy over here. We're not going to crowd it too much, so we're going to bring 4 of our villagers that are kind of in the way out over here. There we go. Plop another guy down over there, and we have all the structures that we need pretty much complete up to this point, other than the wonder, so I'm not going to be going with that. And I'm going to build a second gate just to get that off my plate, if I can even get one to fit in here. No, it doesn't look like I can't, so I'm not going to burden myself with that. I'll have this guy instead. What are you guys up to? Oh, you guys with the stone miners. Beautiful. Okay. That brings me... No, I have plenty of stone right now, so I'm just going to send them over there. Got one more idle villager, and I basically... What could I do with you? Let's see. Do I have any stone in my encampment? You might as well just put them out to gold. You know, get you more quickly to the area or time when you can get spies. Although the thing is, you don't want to get spies until you defeat Metz. Metz is such a weak enemy, and they're easily taken care of, that you don't want to waste probably, I don't know how many villagers they have, but it'll probably be around 40,000. I wouldn't say that much, or 4,000, probably around 2,000, relatively speaking, with how much Orleans has. So you want to give yourself a little bit boost, or savings. You want to make sure you're playing into your savings account by not going ahead and getting spies before you take down Metz, which you can easily do. You can see right here I'm building another archery range, and although it's not picturesque to look at and it's boring to see an army of just trebuchets and a bunch of heavy cavalry archers, it's necessary, and it keeps it simple. One of the most terrible traps you can fall into in this scenario is trying to mix things up and have a delicate army, finely scripted to the stereotypes of what makes a great army, a versatile army, going with the halberdiers, going with the paladins, going with the Tarkans, and the heavy cavalry archers all at once. You can't even manage it. It becomes too difficult. You end up losing units and losing funds very quickly. And resources will run out in this scenario, especially when you're going toe-to-toe against Orleans in the end. So you want to keep yourself organized, you want to keep yourself simple. Don't get too crazy, and don't get too artistic with your army. That is the key for success in this scenario. That's the trap I fell into in my previous run-through of this scenario, and that's why I'm not quite as satisfied as I'd like to be with it. So I do believe I sent him over here for gold, but right now you're going to need a second castle at some point, so you might as well go ahead and build that when you have the chance. You can see right here, this is why. And ideally, when you're going to go strike Metz, take them out, you want to wait until another assault of theirs has come for you. The reason being is that it's going to make it that much easier for you when you go up against them. So we can start pumping out more heavy cavalry archers, although it looks like it's taking a chunk out of your pocketbook because you're accustomed to heavy cavalry archers being a pretty expensive commodity, pretty expensive unit. They're really not. You'll be able to pump out tons of those guys, and you'll be plenty fine economically, financially, after this first assault. So obviously you want to get rid of these battering rams as quickly as possible. It's okay if you lose hussars. They're expendable. There's plenty of wood on this map. You're not going to run out of food. Hussars are great for this scenario. And it looks like that wall is pretty weak. So get rid of this. They have 3 battering rams. This is their customary assault. They'll send in some throwing axemen, but they're more sparse than the rest of their units. These skirmishers are really helping out, I can tell, but I am losing a number of hussars pretty quickly here. And I'm not going to draw them back to my base. If they get killed, they get killed at this point. I don't really care. I'm going to reproduce them, and I don't want to lose a villager, get a castle being annoyed over there, if you will. And now is the perfect time to strike. Once I get a couple more of these heavy cavalry archers up, I'm going to send my troops over here, quickly take down that castle, and then I'm just going to quarantine in with my, or sequester Metz villagers with my heavy cavalry archers. So you can push them up against the forest over here, and then you can set yourself up pretty nicely in getting rid of Metz, getting rid of 2 of the 3 enemies you have, 1 you allied with, and getting spies pretty quickly after that. Then you can just plot your defenses accordingly against any assault you get from Orleans, and you'll be able to stockpile your resources, stockpile your army as you go along throughout the scenario. So obviously you have conscription at this point. You want to be able to get that as well. We're not going to be playing the Red Alert 2 formula, the Command and Conquer formula. They get more of one structure. They're going to produce that unit quicker. I wish it were, but it's not. We're going to send him back to get some more gold. And there's a Burgundian in my base. How did you get in there, you sneaky son of a mother? So we just keep monitoring this gold pile. Make sure it doesn't vanish too quickly under your eyes, because you want to be able to jump back and complete mining that guy before you come over here. They don't come over there pretty late. So the key to this scenario, once again, keeping things organized, keeping things simple, and monitoring when you're going to get hit from your enemies. And then see, that's done. You can pump out some more of these skirmishers. And another great thing about these heavy cavalry archers is you can send them in your castle, and because they are ranged units, they have bow and arrows, whatever, they can increase the attack power of your crap. I need some more hussars. They can increase the attack power of your craps. Excuse me for my foul language here. I'm going to need to send out some units to take down these trebuchets. And it's nice to have some miners nearby to repair these castles, but I'm lacking in that right now, apparently. And kill those throwing axemen, that's all I can say. Kill these throwing axemen, because I need to take down these trebs, as you can obviously tell. I need the attack bonus. I need the attack bonus against the trebuchets, the siege units. Alright, we need to keep pumping out these hussars. Send the rally point right there. We're going to slowly whittle down these units, and then we're going to eventually take them out. But I'm going to need to repair these castles quickly after that, though, because I'm going to be in for some serious hurting. Crap. I was unprepared. Dang it. What I could do is send out these trebs to take them out. I'm going to try to do that right now, and I'm going to lose that castle. So this is not what you want to do. You want to keep some villagers there to repair your castles and get all of those hussars. I just had a brain cramp. I was too busy talking to you guys. And hopefully these skirmishers will be able to take on these paladins. I don't know if they will be. My heavy cavalry archers will definitely be able to get rid of them. Alright, so these trebuchets are helping out now. And these guys are all ready, so I'm going to be able to send them for Metz pretty quickly here. And I'm going to pump out some more villagers after I get the farms all squared away again. And I do have a castle still, but things could be better on the home front. So I'm going to pump out some more of these guys. This guy really has nothing else to fire upon. At least I can see where my walls and gates are for once. Are you kidding me? Let's take him out. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get rid of the paladin. And let's get work done. Alright, so I need some hussars on the ready. So I'm going to pump them out. You always want to have 10 on hand, and I did not have those guys on hand. Finally, the long swordsmen are helping me out here. And Burgundy's coming, but coming late. So I'm going to have you be useful and build a castle for me. It's time in the rebuilding stage, and now we're going to go assault Metz. Okay, so you can send your units up here, put them on stand ground, because you don't want your heavy cavalry archers running into a castle. That's the last thing you want. Get the remaining guys, the stragglers, and you can leave them here. You're not going to need them. You can put them in the castles when they're done. And then when you're done with this assault, you can just plop them back in here. You won't really have to worry about making those skirmishers again. So these guys are done. So we're going to send them over here quickly. Keep them all in line. And there's a lot of long swordsmen coming by now. I don't really get that. But the nice thing is they're all melee units, and we can easily take them out if we need to. And I'm going to start selling some wood for some stone, essentially. And that'll allow me to get another castle up, repair a little bit. And so I don't really care about those guys. They can crash and burn. They can die if they want to. All we have you better not convert that Trebuchet. Oh, you're converting a long swordsman. That was very relieving. And so Orleans better not get in the mix and the thick of things here. All I want to worry about is Metz at this point. Orleans, this is not your battle. This is not your battle, Orleans. So we're going to win this battle against Metz. Obviously, you can see the tide is turning quickly, very quickly here. Then we're just going to jump in with these trebuchets, have them unpack. Make sure Orleans doesn't get in here. Elite skirmishers are actually doing something for me. And you want to go for their town center as quickly as possible. You want to find out where those villagers are coming from, and you want to take them out. Make sure the trebuchets are taking the same path around the stone wall. You don't want your the knights to sneak around the weak side and take you out. So you can just have them chill right here, put them on no attack stance for right now, and hopefully you can finish off Metz in this part. It's kind of an in-between tweener right now. And get another castle going. Put him right there. Works out perfectly for us. And you can plot those heavy cavalry archers in there. And what's this action? Okay, I see. Alright, so we're going to put these guys in aggressive stance now. Take out this market as quickly as you can. And get rid of this knight. This knight's going for our trebuchets. That's our weakness right now. One and only. And then you want to get rid of that stable as well, wherever that guy is that's up there. So that's pretty far away. Stop what you're doing. Get over here and be smart. Okay, so keep monitoring this. You're going to push forward over here. You're going to see some of their villagers. Sometimes they resign. Sometimes they don't after you take down their town center. I can't really figure out the pattern, but it doesn't look like they're resigning right now. Okay, so you're going to jump up here, take out the remaining villagers that they have. Men-at-arms, they have a barracks all the way tucked up there, so you want to be aware of, not concerned about, just aware of, to know where their crossmen will be coming, or their men-at-arms will be coming from. Men-at-arms are pouring out there, and they check for some villagers just the way up north in the gold mine. Bye-bye, men-at-arms. Spin around, do the halo shot in the head. Okay, so get rid of that siege workshop. That does do some producing. And sometimes they have some more villagers tucked away up here. Let's find out about that. You got any lumberjacks? Oh, you got one guy over there. That's where he's working out of. And get rid of these battering rams, and hopefully we can sneak it in here in this part. So he's down. I'm gonna find there you are. There's another guy. Where are you? You trying to run away somewhere? You trying to build some buildings that I'm not gonna let you build? Okay, so they should be in range for that barracks. And these cavalry archers will take them down. Let's see if I am in the range for spies, and they have spread out over into Orleans. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Metz. Okay. Well, now that this is a conundrum of my own, a new one, we're going to take out Orleans now, apparently, as well, because Metz is inside their base. Unsuspectingly and unbeknownst to me, they're in their base. Okay, so we're going to run over here and stop building whatever they're building. And this better not be their villagers over there. Unbelievable. Okay, so let's see if I can take down their second town center, and this has never happened to me. Usually I'm quick enough with the quick on the uptake, and I'm able to get those heavy cavalry archers up, but I wasn't able to this time. And now the paladins are being responsive as well, which is very surprising, considering the paladins are very selfish usually, and the hunters have nowhere to go, so we're just gonna have to kill them once they get close enough to me. Paladins, won't you go down? Thank you. Okay, so you got these trebuchets working for us as well. I don't really want you going for that monastery, to be honest with you. And what are you firing at? Alright, Metz has resigned. Thank you for getting that sorted out. I was a little bit concerned there. And we got it all taken care of in this part as well. So, double goodness. I'll see you guys in part 4. It was a little hectic, but we took down Metz. It's easy doing with the cavalry reactor. See you in part 4.